You don't want to use your
Two,
line
one, action.
to be liking.
Hello, our esteemed associates. You're welcome to yet another episode of Fridays on Crown Homes Holdings with our associates. And with me, I'm with the most beautiful dark gal, our legal head at the company, Crown Homes Holdings, and of course, a sales expert, Miss Efon Clarice. You're welcome.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
I'm so fine.
Okay. So today we'll be teaching you.
Did you pick your name? This is Miss Daisy Pearl, our very beautiful sales executive.
Okay, you're welcome again. Today we'll be taking you on the topic turning online prospects into paying clients. That's online yap into cashing out. That's what we are on today. And from the first chat to the closing of it all, it has a step. It has a road to follow. There are things that you have to do in order to get your clients rolling and of course paying you at the end. So we'll go down straight to why it matters. First of all, prospecting to online clients, to the people online, to your online audience, is what is going to grow your business. That is where the resources are. That's an untapped resource. That is an unexploited resource. That is some raw potential that you need to exploit. So of course you need to speak to people. You need to talk to them. You need to post. You need to create content. Be there. Be present online because that is what is going to make you cash out in this business. However, you need as your content is getting engaged by your viewers and those who like, those who comment on your posts and all of that, you need to be able to follow up with them in order for you to, of course, close the deal because that's the whole point. But that's not what we focus on because it's quite a journey, and however it goes, you need to follow some steps. I'll take you on these steps on how to go with your client because it starts from talking. You need to create awareness. That is the first step. Creating awareness, you need to post on your social media pages. You need to upload your status. You need to run ads. You need to post on your WhatsApp story because I think that is the most used social media platform
Yeah, that's the most
that
used
people
of
use.
recent. Yeah.
Yes. So of course, you update your WhatsApp status every now and then. Just give them relevant information. You update your TikTok, your Instagram, wherever you feel comfortable, wherever you have a presence. You need to make your presence known. That is what is about creating awareness and advertising yourself on this platform. Secondly, your viewers get to like and comment on your page, on your post. They like and comment on your videos, and you should not just come and see those likes and comments and then just leave it at that because it shows that first of all they're already interested in whatever you have to say, right?
You're
Because
invested.
if I double tap on your video, it's like what she's saying makes sense.
And
I'd
I
like
like
to know
it.
more. So oftentimes they even go open your page, want to look
And the
for
other
that.
videos you're
Yeah.
posting.
So you need to take that into consideration because they are trying to engage into your post. Oftentimes when they send you or when they post a comment under your video, it's more like you respond to that comments generally so that everybody can see that response. But it's okay for you to go into their DM, say something,
Send private messages.
send private messages.
Leave
Hello,
your contacts.
hello Elizabeth. I saw that you were interested in this video that I post. What exactly got you drawn to this? Are you interested in what I said in this video? Of course they are. So you need to follow up with a conversation on how they respond to your first message, on how they respond to even the comments that is on the general page. And then after the conversation, I think the conversation is where you get to build the trust, and it even qualifies the clients if they are ready to buy whatever that it is that you are selling. It qualifies them. You know if this person actually needs a land right now or if they need it like later. That's what the conversation is about.
Or
That's
they
how
have
you
someone who needs
yeah,
it
if they know somebody, that's how they get to do
connect
it.
with them.
So you get a conversation, you follow up with them as they respond. Be very keen in listening too, because I think that's what's going to get you there. They came to listen to what they have to say. They will have questions, they will have problems that they'll pose to you, and you have to be very professional in your response, because that is how follow up works. And there you get to build trust, because they are already in your funnel, they're already in your what do you call it, your lane. They are there to lead how you follow. Now, if you make a mistake that makes them lose their trust in you, or it drops your credibility, there it does not even make sense, because they get to start doubting you, they get to start doubting what you were saying. So be very, very strategic with the things that you say, because they already see you as credible for what they want to invest in through you. However, you can keep up with the conversation until you get to close the deal, because that is what it is about. So that is the online prospecting journey from start to close. You follow up with the conversation, and Miss Clarice here is going to take you on first impressions.
First impressions. First impressions always counts. When you see me, what's the first thing that comes into your mind?
Right.
When you see a real estate agent,
It's
what comes into your mind?
professional.
So when they do this posting and you see the videos,
Yeah.
what's the first impression you get? That's what comes into their mind. Like, this girl, does she post lands for sale, or is she just buying a land for herself? So the first impression always counts. Respond quickly. Whenever they come to you, they send messages and you don't respond immediately, it kind of sends them away.
Yeah.
Just imagine you're sending somebody a message, you're interested in this property and you want to buy, but you send a message in the morning, afternoon, evening, they come and reply, and they're like, sorry, I'm just seeing your message now, I'm
Yeah.
really sorry. It makes that person to feel less interested in your property.
Yes.
They'll be like, this agent or this person, he's not serious, she's not serious.
That's it.
So always respond quickly. Be polite, be approachable, be confident. When you're polite, it's going to help you and the client. You cannot be rude to your client, and that's someone you want to close up. I know sometimes clients who ask terrible questions, rude questions, questions you least expect, but be approachable, be polite, be nice to them. And also, don't ask open-ended. Ask open-ended questions.
Yeah.
Fast forward to do. Open-ended questions. Don't ask a question that the person will be like, okay, so do you want land? Yes. No.
Not those strict questions.
That's no good. Ask them questions that give them room to explain what they actually want.
Yeah.
Like, okay, do you want land where and why? The person will go further to tell you that I need something in Moliko by the roadside because I want to open up a business there. There you already know what this client wants. You know what to propose.
Yeah.
Or the person will be like, I want something residential in a very quiet environment. Your mind is already going up with your federal quarters.
That's it.
You get the point.
Yeah.
So you know exactly what you're dealing with. Don't go and tell them, we have lands in my 16, but the person wants something in Boyatown.
Residential, like,
They will never
It's
be
not-
interested. So when you talk with them, you get to know exactly what they want. Personalized messages. You know when you're talking with somebody and you just go, hi dear. It's not giving. I don't know you. Don't call me dear. I don't personally I don't like when you call me dear.
Okay.
Then imagine you're telling a client, hi dear. It doesn't add up. Call them by their names. It gives professional conversation.
Yeah,
I can come to you and like, hey Daisy,
that makes sense.
I respect you. I give you hi Daisy, or you're talking to any client, say hi, you call the person's name. The person feels like, okay, this person is polite.
Forward. You need to move the conversation forward. It should not just end with, okay, we have these. Give them the detail. In respect to what they have told you that they need, or what they have told you that this is what I'm looking for. So you share them valuable information with respect to their demand, their request. You give them the prices, the location, the growth potential of what you are presenting and offering to them. That is how it works. It makes them to even understand that you know these details at your fingertip, and you know, of course, what you are doing, and it makes them confident to want to buy from you and even refer you to somebody over and over again, because it's a repetitive process that you have to do with not just one client, but every other person that you would come across. And as well, you're not supposed to sound desperate. That's something that, as
It's a turn off.
yeah, you're
It's
not
a
supposed to
total
sound
turn-
desperate. Like, no, make
Come
them
on, buy the land,
understand
come,
that if you don't buy this land today, it's you losing, because this land is in a very developing area, which means it's gaining value over time. And if you don't buy this land today at 2 million francs, you're going to buy it probably in December at 4 million francs. So who is losing? You have the money in the bank, and you get. So make them to understand that this is what they stand to lose if they're not buying from you now. Instead of trying to sound desperate, or making them sound like, or making them feel like you're trying to steal money from them when they're not even going to get any value from it. And you need to guide them towards the next step. Okay, you've sent a message to Miss Clarice, and and of course, you're working with a trusted and reliable person, and of course, Homes Holdings. So, all our associates, you are all ambassadors of Crown Homes Holdings. Wherever you go, wave your flags, be proud of it, speak about that. Let me tell you something. Everybody else is going to meet property. All of us are waiting for settlement. So if you slip on your chance to speak to somebody about the properties and offers that we have, another person might. I will, of course. So wave your flags wherever you go. So I remember the last Friday session, we spoke about going around with flyers, talking to people in church.
Now flyers in the company.
Yes, you can always show up and then collect them.
Get them and
So
share.
speak to 5 new people every day. Talk to people. Follow up with your leads. Follow up with your
Be
leads.
consistent.
Yeah. And please do not bombard people with unnecessary information. But make sure that you are on the same page with them. When you see that you're interested, you should be able to follow up and give them the right information as it has to be. So celebrate your small agreements that you have with your clients. Make the payment options very clear and simple, and then you ask them questions for clarity in order to clear their doubts wherever it is that they are tripping. So at this point, I think we're ready to have your questions. If there's something that you don't understand, just make sure that, yeah, so keep your questions coming in. We're here to solve that for you.
And if you are not yet an associate,